So it's officially been announced that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will be getting its own dedicated state of play next week, and it also kind of sounds like they're teasing some big news that's going to happen at that event. So that's what we're going to discuss in today's video. So if any of that sounds cool to you, feel free to click the like button, and if you're new here and you'd like to stick around, you can subscribe. It is always appreciated. So first off, I have to say, god damn you, Hideo Kojima. Death Stranding 2 looks so cool, man. You got Troy Baker looking like a cross between the Crow and the Joker, and he's got an electric guitar that shoots out actual electricity and then turns into like a lightsaber axe that he uses to fight people. It looks so cool. It's very Hideo Kojima. Super weird and crazy and out there, but visually it looks stunning. I'm convinced that they literally just filmed Norman Reedus and the actors walking around a real set and then just threw that out there into a trailer. That's what we're looking at. The characters look so realistic. The facial animations, the hair physics, everything just looks insane. And it's really allowing the performers to really perform, and you can see their performances in their body language and the mocap and the facial stuff. It looks insane. But also the gameplay stuff looks super cool too. It looks like weather's going to play a really big part in the world of Death Stranding 2. We see this big flash flood occur, and it's destroying some of the structures that have been built. So it looks like adding in that weather mechanic of destroying the land around you and a lot of the structures could be another obstacle to traversing this world. So now I have to go back and finish the first Death Stranding and get prepared for this one. We might turn into a Death Stranding channel. I'm super hyped and excited. That was a super cool trailer. But moving over to Rebirth, Sony said, nah, we're not going to give Final Fantasy VII Rebirth 2 to 3 minutes on our PAX State of Play. We're going to give it its own dedicated show to let it shine. And that's going to be taking place on February 6th, which is a Tuesday at 3:30 Pacific time, which is 5:30 Central time for me, which is kind of weird. Normally their shows take place earlier in the afternoon, so a late start time is a bit odd. Now, as far as runtime goes, I would expect this to be anywhere from 20 to 25 minutes. If I remember correctly, the Final Fantasy XVI State of Play was about 25 minutes, and they packed in a ton of information in those 25 minutes. So this is going to be a situation where it's a watch at your own risk, because they're going to reveal a lot of new gameplay stuff, probably some new stuff with Vincent and Sid, and perhaps a lot of spoilery stuff that might be even more spoilerish than what would have been in the launch trailer or what we will eventually see in that launch trailer. Now you're probably thinking, okay, it's just a state of play. Why are you making a video? They just announced one thing. Well, the announcement has me very intrigued because I'm going to read verbatim what the woman in the video said, whose name I'm forgetting, so I apologize, but she says, Square Enix will be sharing new gameplay details along with exciting news you won't want to miss. That last line is what has me most intrigued. Exciting news you won't want to miss. Now, obviously, the simplest thing could just be, hey, new details on the game, you don't want to miss that. Or something as simple as, hey, we're going to drop the demo at the very end of this state of play. You can go and play it right now. Those are the two simplest answers, but my mind is kind of racing right now because that last line really makes it sound like something bigger is going to happen at this event, or some big announcement might take place. So what could that announcement potentially be? My brain kind of goes to maybe there's going to be some sort of partnership announced between Sony and Square Enix in regards to Final Fantasy VII. Maybe they're going to solidify the fact that this franchise is going to be exclusive on PlayStation for the foreseeable future and only going to PC, never to any other platforms. Because we did see a little bit earlier in the show, Sony is fully backing Hideo Kojima on his next project, which is going to be a return to the action espionage genre in the vein of Metal Gear Solid. And they're giving Hideo all the money in the world to make that game and bring him back to the PlayStation family and make something that's going to be on the cutting edge of entertainment. So if they're willing to do that for Hideo, I wouldn't be shocked if they're willing to do that for Square Enix and Final Fantasy VII. Push as much money as you can towards Square Enix to keep 7 exclusive to their ecosystem, and maybe do some other cool stuff like, I don't know, redo Advent Children? Which would be pretty sick. The other idea, and this one has way less of a chance of happening, but what if they announce the title of the third game in the trilogy? Now that one is a long shot, and the only reason I don't think that would happen is because the title of the third game could potentially be a pretty big spoiler in regards to what happens in Rebirth. So I don't know if they would necessarily want to announce that at the event, but whatever it is, it really does sound like it could potentially be pretty big. You don't normally just tease something like that just out of the blue. And then the third thing is maybe my dream is coming true and Tifa has officially been added into Tekken 8 as the first official guest character for that game. I'm not sure, but either way, we're most likely going to get that demo next Tuesday. It's the perfect time to drop it. I think some people on Twitter were also saying that that's the in-universe birthday for Aerith, so why not celebrate Aerith's birthday with a really sick demo for Rebirth? Either way, this event's going to be really exciting. I'm thinking of doing a reaction to the event while also combining it with like some sort of analysis video like we normally do, so I'm still kind of on the fence about that. Videos where you see my face tend to do really badly. And I don't blame people. I don't want to look at me either, but I'll have it figured out by then. But I think it'd be kind of cool to kind of react to the event as it happens and then upload that to the channel so we can all just kind of talk about it together. But with that being said, that is the video. I am Curious Corduroy. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys expect to see at this state of play dedicated to Rebirth? And do you think there's something more going on with that specific wording of that announcement of exciting news you won't want to miss? Am I just blowing things out of proportion, or do you think that something big might seriously be announced at this event? Drop any thoughts and theories in the comments down below. Let's get a discussion going. Let's get some groupthink going to try and figure out what new could be shown at this event and what that special announcement could potentially be. I will see you guys in the next video. Please remember to always be excellent to one another.